Hi, my name is Victor Oria, and I would like to welcome you to my teacher page as a pre-service arts educator. My area of expertise is music with a focus on secondary level. Akara describes music as uniquely oral art form and its essential nature is abstract. At primary level, music involves exploring sounds, responding in a variety of ways to what students hear, and the use of musical instruments, generally percussion at this stage, to express their ideas and feelings, and more importantly, the ability to use their imagination, listen, observe, and respond. Akara lists the following as some elements of music. I have a special affinity for rhythm, the time element of music. From my own personal realization, experience, rhythms played in time make music sound like it should. And I believe that we lose the time, we lose the essence of the music artwork. These elements are gradually laid out in sequence from foundation to year 10, and they are embedded into the content descriptions together with the general capabilities and cross-curriculum priorities. The curriculum carefully considers the learner's cognitive, affective, sensory, and kinesthetic growth when preparing the content. In consideration with the intertwined strands of making and responding, Akara suggests that the best way to develop students' music skills is to integrate the following techniques and processes: listening, composing, and performing. From my personal observation, these music practices reinforce Bamford's idea of asking questions. When listening, we sort of ask questions when we analyze, compare, identify, and interpret what we are listening to. Composing involves improvising, creating patterns, writing original works, and arranging as a result of the questions asked. Performance naturally allows for participation and your relevance to the whole situation, making it a wonderful learning experience. Here is the list of general capabilities, which I seriously address as in my holistic approach of teaching of the arts. And here is a list of the cross-curriculum priorities. Human rights issues are given focus in cross-curriculum priorities. As a person of a different ethnic background, I truly appreciate Australia's efforts in providing a high quality of life for all Australians. Mutual respect is being fostered by these priorities, so the effect can be universal. The arts can become a catalyst for this concept. Um, Pedagogy. Here's a simple diagram I made from Dinam's concept of multifaceted arts learning. So the teacher prepares the arts concepts in literacy, and the student responds with the artistic expression and the knowledge to respond to the artwork. Education is praxis based, meaning referring to human and all that involves human activity. The arts is a form of praxis, therefore it is a distinct human activity employing the senses. Artistic talent, especially in primary schools, is not about talent, but about giving every child the opportunity to learn across the five art disciplines. This statement by Rauscher applies to the arts as a whole. The implementation of the Australian curriculum since 2015 provides a great deal of excitement for myself and the incoming batch of arts educators. The emphasis is on child-centered arts curriculum with considerations on its and development, effects on child development, intelligence, cognitive abilities, and brain functions. Dinam reinforces it with this statement. I put an emphasis on play because I'd like to share a very recent experience with a group of four year 2-3s whom I was teaching piano. As I was struggling to teach them the concept of time, I decided to employ the cross disciplines of drama, music, and a little bit of dance by marching as minions in 4/4 time. Every time we hit a half note, we had to hold the weirdest pose we could think of. And the exercise worked. I could easily feel how the attention of the students was more focused during, and especially even after the activity. Pedagogy is a very important part if we decide to teach arts. And a few considerations include diversity and individuality. Authentic arts programs thrives on diversity. It encourages children to develop as individuals within a community. Dinham states that each child individuality necessarily embraces the rights of others to be individuals too. Consequently, they must learn to exist together and work collaboratively with people different from themselves. Roy et al. States as a teacher, we will be facing a variety of children, each with individual needs and each having the right to a fully engage a right to fully engage in education, regardless of culture, ethnicity, physicality, neurology, or gender. Australian schools practice a culture of inclusion. As a teacher, we must be in constant pursuit of methodologies for inclusion, even when there are teachers and children who will exclude students for whatever reason. Um, the arts as an expressive force can be very challenging, and they allow children to express taboo topics and ideas of emotional depth such as discrimination and bullying. Roy et al. Explicitly states, through the use of cultural forms of arts expression and stimuli, differing cultural knowledge can be valued and given equal space. Reflective learners manage their aesthetic growth by making conscious observations of their artistic experiences. Their critiquing the works of others is based on their own experiences, their strengths and weaknesses. When we talk about pedagogy, Howard Gardner's theory always come into play. Um, the different strands of the arts are each embedded both explicitly and implicitly in different forms of intelligence. Roy et al. States that if we deny children access to the arts, we deny them their right to apply higher order thinking, especially when we use various forms of these intelligences. Behavioral management problems arise when children are denied a true form of expression and engagement. By embedding the learning into the arts, we allow children access to their learning styles, thus allowing them to grow and become productive members of their community. I am sensing a symbiotic relationship between these intelligences and the arts, but that's just me. My funds of knowledge. I was raised in Roman Catholic tradition. We read and sang Bible verses. Church music became my first source of musical influence. I used to watch my father teach piano at home. I heard different types of music, but more importantly, different kinds of learners and their learning methods. Some students prefer to read off sheet music. Some of them did it by ear. For the more advanced students, the music would be done within an hour, especially when they do it by ear. And this process interested me so much that I taught myself to read and use chords in my own piano playing. And this was how I learned to sing. I started singing with my youngest sister and did accompaniment as well. Um, we then organized musical and comical skits to provide free entertainment for our community together with our friends and neighbors. Talking about my neighbors, they also organized community dances. I was so fascinated by how our elders could dance in pairs to the cha-cha, tango, and the waltz. I took to dancing and acting by joining my school community theater much later. Upon reflection, I realized every art form I did was started by activities I observed at home, at school, in my immediate community. The time I spent with my family and friends were fonts of knowledge disguised as play and entertainment. It was just pure fun. I must also point out that I still continued during all that time with my private piano lessons. The combined formal and informal ways I learned music became the backbone of my life as a musician. And now it's my turn to teach and share it. Thank you.